Thank you so much. My next guest is a medical doctor. She lived in Nigeria most of her life. Came to Ghana when she started school at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Medical School. And she has a very interesting condition. It's called myasthenia gravis. She's going to come here and talk to us about it. And maybe other people who probably have that condition will learn a lot from the challenges that she went through. Put your hands together. Let us welcome Dr. Kemi Olawaiye-Dampson. There we go. Have a seat, Doc. Have a seat and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Well, she's in the house and I'm telling you, man, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that they shouldn't miss this program. And very, very inspiring, very moving. Stick around. When we come back, we'll find out. We'll be right back.
Don't worry, the KSM Show will be back in a flash. Well, almost.
The KSM Show.
Okay, we're back. And this book is called Living with Myasthenia Gravis. And this is by Dr. Kemi Olawaiye-Dampson. And let's talk to her. I read your little blip you sent me on Facebook. It must have been a very scary experience. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, yeah, it was very scary. It happened in 2013, immediately after I gave birth to my daughter. So just immediately after that, I could not lift my arms. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't.
So you were normal. Everything was normal after you gave birth.
Yes, I was normal until I gave birth, and exactly a week after, everything started deteriorating. So I couldn't lift my arms, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't eat. I couldn't
breathe?
I couldn't breathe on my own. I couldn't even complete a sentence when I'm talking. So I needed help with everything. My husband, my dad, they had to help me with every single thing. Even caring for my baby, I couldn't breastfeed. So I had to lie down and my husband would position her, then she breastfeeds and then he burps her. He had to help me to the washroom.
You were just like weak? You couldn't do anything?
Weak. I couldn't even lift. I couldn't do anything without support.
And so they fed you, obviously? They had to feed you?
Yeah, they had to literally spoon feed me like a baby. Then it got to a point I couldn't even swallow. So even feeding me was just useless. So I couldn't swallow. At that point, I just told them, please take me to the hospital. I think that I'm going to die. Like, I had been going to the hospital every week before then. So it was the 4th week after I gave birth. So my baby was about a month old. That's when I said, I think I'm going to die. It was May 27th, 2013.
You actually believe you're going to die, yeah?
Yes, I believed I was going to die. And I said, take me to the hospital, please. So I got to the hospital. I was in Canada because that's where I gave birth. So when I got to the hospital, the doctor said, you've been here every week for the past 3 weeks. Today, we're not going to let you go home until we find out what is wrong with you. So the cardiologist came in, neurologist came in. I got to the hospital at 11 a.m. It was 8 p.m. before my diagnosis was made. And the doctor told me that if it is what I think you have, that you have, if it's myasthenia gravis, then it can be very fatal.
Wow.
So we have to admit you right now and take you straight to the intensive care unit. And that was the beginning of the longest 6 weeks of my life.
So you were in intensive care for 6 weeks?
Yes.
Wow.
It was an ordeal.
And so the doctor had said if it's what he thinks it is, then it could be fatal.
Yes. Myasthenia gravis it simply means severe muscle weakness. So
severe muscle weakness.
Yes. So every muscle in your body becomes weak. So if you can't breathe, that means you are going to die. So that's why it's fatal. So apparently mine had gotten so severe that it affected my breathing muscles. And at that stage, it's called a myasthenic crisis. So you're having a crisis. And I needed breathing tubes. So I needed to be intubated and connected to a ventilator to breathe. I was on that for a month.
Ventilator for a month?
Yes. Constant oxygen, everything for a month.
And that month, what's going through your mind now? You were...
I questioned God. I was like, why is this happening to me? What did I do? Why? I didn't understand. I cried every single day. I cried waking up. I cried during the day. I cried when I slept. I didn't understand what happened. But eventually, the Bible became my best friend. So I had to start reading the Bible and depending on God because I didn't have anybody else to depend on. Human beings couldn't really help me. The doctors were doing the best they could, but I wasn't noticing any improvement. So I just had to surrender to God and ask Him to take over. And after that, I started improving gradually. So I spent 2 weeks out of the ICU in the neuro ward, and I started walking again. And I was now able to carry my baby, and things got better for me to now get home again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Put your hands together for... So, how common is this ailment?
It's not
common.
It's not very common. It's quite rare. In Ghana, I can't give you figures about the incidence, but at least in UK, it's like 1 in 6,000 people.
1 in 6,000?
That's even the diagnosed people. It's still underdiagnosed in the Western world too. And in US, it's about 1 in 5,000 amongst the diagnosed people. Diagnosing it is not that easy because you need the gold standard, as in the way to confirm the diagnosis is with a blood test. And while I was there in Canada, my sample was sent to Mayo Clinic in America for it to be diagnosed, and it took quite a while, about 6 weeks for the report to come back. But in our part of the world, I think the closest place you can send the sample to will probably be South Africa, and it's quite expensive. So it's not that easy to diagnose. And the diagnosis is also missed because the symptoms they mimic other common symptoms, meaning that they don't all appear at the same time. They come one by one, and then they come and go. And each symptom represents, or it mimics another condition which is more common. So most of the time, when you see a patient, you think about other common conditions. And by the time that doesn't work out, then you come back to this myasthenia gravis. So.
You're a medical doctor, and you haven't come across anything like this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But after my diagnosis, I met a patient with another autoimmune condition. Myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune condition, meaning that your body is fighting against itself. So it means
your body is fighting against that's
itself.
Autoimmune.
Yes, it means your body doesn't recognize itself anymore. It thinks it's a foreigner. So it produces antibodies to attack itself. So there are various conditions under this big umbrella of autoimmune diseases. So myasthenia gravis is just the one that affects muscles and nerves. There are a host of others that affect different parts of the body. So I was opportune to meet somebody with a different kind of autoimmune condition.
So are you like on medication and daily, yeah?
Yes, I am. Currently, I am on an immunosuppressant called azathioprine. That helps to suppress your immune system because it's an autoimmune condition. Your body is attacking itself. So now you have to suppress that attack. You have to kind of suppress your immune system. So those are the groups of drugs that we use to treat this condition. So I'm currently on one right now.
And how long have you been on it? It's like a lifetime thing?
You're going to be on it for life because there is no known cure for the condition yet. So we just manage the symptoms and try to reduce the frequency of relapses and attacks.
Have you had a relapse ever?
Since I got back into Ghana in 2014. I had about 4 to 5 relapses in between June 2014 and December 2014. Then I had a major relapse October 2015. And lately I've not really had such a major relapse. I've just had mild weaknesses. But
so a major relapse is like just
I can't
falling
move.
apart again. You can't do anything.
I can't move. I can't lift my arms. I can't swallow. I can't breathe. That happened in 2015 October while I was in Takrady.
Wow. You still practicing?
On and off, not full time.
Not full time. Your husband is a doctor too?
Yes.
And he's taking care of you?
Yes, he is.
But, yeah. But no, you have a book here, and the book is called Myasthenia Gravis. And this is about what you went through, or
Yes. What I went through. I wrote it the inspiration came while I was in my sick bed in October 2015. After crying and being depressed, and my daughter saying, "Mommy, why are you crying? Why are you crying?" Sorry. I got the inspiration, God gave me the inspiration to write this book, to share my story, because there are other people out there that are going through similar situation, and they need hope. They need something to make them keep fighting. They need they need to know that they're not alone in this struggle. So that's when I wrote the book, to create awareness for myasthenia gravis and other autoimmune conditions, to give other people hope, and to help them find ways of coping with living in this kind of condition.
Wow, fantastic. Put your hands together, man. I'm always stunned and very appreciative when people are going through crisis, and in that crisis, they find somewhere in there the strength to give hope to others. Instead of throwing, you actually thinking about others who might be going through similar things.
It takes a lot of grace and strength to get to that point. I was depressed for like 2 years.
I can imagine.
Self-pity, I was feeling sorry for myself. But now...
Where's your mindset now?
Right now, I am focused on helping other people. I don't think about how I feel anymore. I have a purpose now. It's like I've been given a purpose, a vision, something to do. My story, what happened to me didn't just happen to me. I'm using it to help other people. So I'm not... I'm happy, actually. I'm really happy.
Put your hands together, man. And do you occasionally have any fears?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore.
Wow.
At least this year, since January 2016, I'm not afraid of anything. I can do what I couldn't do last year. I'm so excited.
Like what? What do you do now?
Now I can clean my house.
Oh,
I can, because I couldn't even clean my house. Before now I can clean my house. For the past 1 month, I've not really slept, but I don't feel tired.
Yeah, really?
I woke up at 3 a.m. to be here. And
I
don't feel tired. Previously, I would not even be able to sit here. I would just be so weak. But now, I feel like I'm energized.
Wow.
I don't know how I found the time to even write the book. But now I have a lot of things I'm doing, preparing for my book launch.
When is the book launch?
I'll be launching in Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi.
Okay.
So the one in Accra will be July 16th.
Yeah.
And the one in Takoradi will be June 26th. And then Kumasi will be July 31st, by God's grace.
Remind me of the Accra launch.
I will definitely send you an invite.
Wow, wow. This is very, very touching.
When you read the book,
yeah,
it would be like you're going through it with me, because I've not even taken you through what happened yet.
What was the worst thing you went through that you can think of?
Not being able to take care of my baby, a newborn baby. I was there very helpless. I could see my baby, and I couldn't even change her diaper. I couldn't even breastfeed. So that scared me a lot. I felt like, oh, so this is how my life is going to end. I'll just give birth and just leave my daughter. And that was the scariest one.
And your daughter is fine now?
She's 3 years old. She's doing very well.
Right. Put your hands together, man. Wow. Kemi, thank you so much. For those of you out there that are listening, some women out there may have gone through this, and it happens right after birth.
Apparently, I had been living with it for 22 years.
Oh, really?
Undiagnosed, yes. I was only diagnosed after birth, because pregnancy triggered the crisis. Oh. There are a lot of triggers.
So the pregnancy was the trigger, actually, but it was a condition you had?
Yes, but I was never diagnosed.
I see. Is there any way people can get diagnosed for this, or you can never know until it's triggered?
You observe yourself. So if you get very tired and fatigued after you do something very little, or you have, like for me, in my case, when I was growing up, I was always tired. My mom didn't really understand why I was tired. She always thought maybe I was just avoiding chores, but I was always tired. And then I had a droopy eye. My left eye was kind of closed my whole life. So if you have that, you get very tired, or you start finding it difficult to lift your arms or to breathe, then you should see your doctor and tell him that you're feeling so tired. If you come to me and you say, I'm tired, we might not take you so seriously. But if you explain the kind of fatigue that you have, then it makes us start thinking, okay, could it be myasthenia gravis? So if you have any of those symptoms and you come to us, then we would investigate. So you have to really have a high index of suspicion to think about it.
And at that point, they can put you on some
Yes, the earlier we get it, before you get to a crisis stage, we can put you on medication to control and manage the symptoms so it doesn't get as bad as mine did.
Wow. Wow. Put your hands together, man. Thank you so much. And, well, the book is not out yet, but look out for it. As soon as it's launched, I will mention it right here, and you can go and get a copy. And what's your final message to maybe women listeners out there, fathers? What do you want to tell people?
Okay, I want to let other people that are going through such a condition, people diagnosed with rare diseases, don't give up. Never ever give up. There's always hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And to the loved ones of those suffering with, living with such chronic conditions, you have to be more empathetic. Try and understand what they're going through. Give them all the support and all the love. That is the only way they can make it through such an ordeal.
Show some love, man. Show some love. Dr. Kemi, thank you so much and for sharing this story with us and giving us the strength and the inspiration to get through.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too. All right. Stick around, folks. There's more to come. We'll be right back.
If you're having as much fun as I am, stay tuned. If you're not, you need deliverance. We'll be right back.